Hello YouTube and welcome out to another Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering draft. Our last draft, which you haven't seen it, was a red-white aggressive deck, and boy was that fun to play, especially that last match. Highly recommend going back and watching that, especially if you want to see what a red-white beatdown looks like, and really happy with that. So now we're currently still in Silver Rank, trying to claw our way up to Gold. Can we get Mythic this month? Probably not, unless I play a lot off-stream, which I plan to, but I'm going to be, I got a busy month. So that said, we'll get into our next draft, and maybe get another good rare to play. Now, if you're enjoying this, it would mean a lot if you let me know by leaving a comment down below, liking the video, subscribing to the VODs channel if you haven't already, and of course, if you ever want to watch these live, twitch.tv/ProJared every single Monday for Magic Monday. So long as Final Fantasy is on Arena, I will Magic Monday. Alright, our rare is the Water Crystal, which is not particularly good. Like, we're not looking to mill anyone. Oh, excuse me. Got Princess Garnet. Green and a white for 2/2 with lifelink. Whenever she attacks, you can remove a lore counter from one of your summons, and she gets a +1/+1 counter. Which I don't love. There's also Vane's Treachery, just a pretty good interactive spell, especially in black. However, I think the card I like the most here is Eject. 3 in a blue that can't be countered, just bounce something back to its hand, and more importantly, you draw a card. It's kind of between this or the Princess Garnet, but this is just single color versus green-white, and I'd rather start off with a pretty decent interaction spell like Eject like this. So we'll take that. What are we passing? We are passing a Dragoon's Wyvern and Vane's Treachery, and both of those are solid. And everything else in here is pretty medium, so I would take an Eject. We get Pats, Bartz, and Boko. 3 green for a 4/3. When Bartz and Boko enters, deal damage to another target creature equal to the number of birds you... Oh, so each other bird deals damage. Okay, so if you have no other birds, Bartz and Boko is just a 5-mana 4/3. That's not very good. There is an Ice Magic, which we could use to follow up Eject. There is also just Vane. 1/3 Deathtouch. That's just good in any green deck. I think I'd rather have this than Bartz and Boko. And then whenever a creature controls Deathtouch deals damage to a player, they get 2 poison counters. If they end up with 10 total poison counters, they die. We'll take Vane Solidor. Just as a solid 1/3 Deathtoucher, which is always good to have. Next pick. Ooh. Excuse me. There's Realm Sketching, which I actually do like quite a lot. There's also Summon Fenrir, who I think actually might be one of the best green cards, period. Which is 3 and a 2. On his first turn, he gets you a land. Second turn, your next creature gets a +1/+1 counter. Turn 3, probably draw a card. That goes with Finn quite well. There's also a Gubu Gardener if you want to do the ramp thing. Yeah, I think we just take Fenrir here. I think that's the strongest possible card. Cards like Rook Turret really want a bunch of artifacts, which we don't have right now. Gubu Gardener is good, but Fenrir is better. Choco Comet's not bad, but we don't really have any red yet, so I'd rather just pick up something else on color, so we'll go with Fenrir. Going to pack 4. That's a pretty late Vane's Treachery, which is a solid removal spell, so we could end up back in green-black. There's also the Final Days, which can be good in a green-black self-mill deck, where if you put your creature cards in the graveyard and you just generate a bunch of 2/2s. Don't really want to do Louis Sua's Sacrifice. Yeah, I'd take Vane's Treachery over all of those. And then Commune with Beaters is fine, but Vane's Treachery is just better. This could be a better sign that black is potentially open. So we'll try Vane's Treachery, which we do have Vane, so it works. I say, as in pick 5, there's another Eject. There's also a Hecta Eyes, a Fat Chocobo. Feel like we're seeing better black than we are blue. Excuse me. Yeah. Probably, no, I'm going to go with the Fat Chocobo. It kind of cuts green out of this pack, and it goes with the other green cards, which are all solid. It's a 4/4 that comes with a 2/2 bare minimum, so it's also pretty good defensively. As we go to pick 6, and we see an X-Death. Are we trying X-Death again? Could be. There's also a Stuck in Summoner Sanctum. Another solid blue removal spell. This went through 5 other people, so they're not playing green-black. I don't love X-Death. I think he's just kind of okay, but I would play him for sure. I also actually kind of like Poison the Waters. I think Poison the Waters could be main deckable because there's just so many X and 1 creatures. And if they're not really doing that, then you can at least hit something from their hand potentially. But we'll try X-Death. And hopefully the black kind of keeps flowing. Pick 7, we got Ahriman, Black Mage's Rod, Blitzball Shot, and Laparit Scout. Laparit Scout really wants like green, white, go wide decks, which we're not really doing. So it's either the Black Mage Rod or the Ahriman. I think the Ahriman is probably fine. Looking for things to sacrifice, get into the graveyard for X-Death. It's also a Death Toucher, which works with Vayne. So we could poison people out. If we can get as many Death Touch creatures as possible and poison counter someone to death, that'd be hilarious. Pick 8, that's a very late Wind Crystal. And there's just really nothing in here except for what? Vincent's Limit Break or Insomnia Crown City. I guess we'll take Vincent's Limit Break. I really don't love this card. Is it good with anything? Can kind of work with like the summons, because then the summons come right back, but whatever. Alright, we'll take Vincent's Limit Break. Pick 9. Water Crystal's still there. I really don't like Iridia's Return that much. We'll just take the Laparit Scout because that is a creature. And sometimes you just need that. Oh, pick 10 Mulliboro though. Good for land cycling to set up X-Death. And late game just kind of hits stuff out of their hand. Be fine with 1 Malboro. Whew. Gladiolus is still here. I'm actually going to take him. Because if we get to fixing for him, I would play Gladiolus. We do already have Fenrir, which does fix because you can find any land off of it. Any basic land. We'll take Louisoix's Sacrifice for some gems. Not play these cards. Okay. Oh, Bahamut! Oh, he costs 9 mana. But also, like, there's nothing else in here for us. Now, if we can mill stuff and then just animate them. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else in here for us except for maybe Black Mage's Rod. Am I really going to take that over Bahamut? Absolutely not. So now, we really want to find Gooboo's and other means of ramp. There's also a Suplex in here, which is also pretty good. This is only my second Bahamut. I did not have a Bahamut during pre-release. I was defeated by a Bahamut during pre-release. Alright, pack 2. Vanille. Fight on. Return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Grand Pulse Ochu. That is another Death Toucher for Vayne. And another Chocobo. I'm going to go with Vanille. 3 and a green for a 3/2. You mill 2, but then you just get to get any permanent from your graveyard back into your hand. Doesn't even have to be amongst the 2. I think that is just solid creature. 4 mana 3/2 that gets you something back. I'm more than happy with just that. And then we got good wheels on Phyton, the Ochu, and another Fat Chocobo. You want some Goobos? Can I get some Goobos in here? Another Rydia's Return. Shinra's Reinforcements. I mean, it does mill 3 cards to help set up X-Death or Vanille. The other option is Commune with Beavers. I'm probably much better off making sure I'm grabbing creatures at this point. Kuchip Fourier, not really what I really want to do. Could be a decent sideboard card, especially if your opponent is playing a lot of flashback stuff. You can hit some of their flashback cards. Hopefully, Commune with Beavers wheels around. Yeah, we'll go with the Shinra Reinforcements. I still don't have a whole lot of interaction, but then we just get past Side Quest Hunt the Mark, which kills something and, more importantly, does give us a treasure. And that treasure can help us cast Bahamut. There's also another Ochu in here. I'd be happy taking the Undercity Diarat, because that can get us a treasure. Geisel Greens, Resentful Revelation, but let's take another kill spell, even if that's at sorcery speed. Ooh, Rydia! Return target saga card. Return target saga card with mana value X. Okay, so she doesn't let you get Bahamut out for cheaper. That's too bad. Don't really want a Cactuar. Probably just pick up the Bard's Bow. It's a 3/3 for 3. Well, no, I'm actually going to take the Black Mage's Rod. We currently really lack on 2 mana plays right now. We have Vane's Treachery and Vane Solidor, and that's it. So, kind of want to pick up some more cheap creatures. Cactuar isn't quite that. World Map's a bit slow. Gigantode? No, you're just a 4/4 for 4. We'll take our first fight on and just make sure we got one of those to recur stuff out of our graveyard. Since we got sack outlets, we got some mill. That could be very important. Vanadil Adventurers, no. Ooh, Clash of the Icons, though. For a single green, one of your creatures fights something else. You can remove a lore counter from one of your sagas or summons, or put a lore counter onto one of your summons. So this can either be a fight spell, or we get extra triggers off of Fenrir or Fat Chocobo. This is also really good since we got some Death Touchers. Cool. Extra interaction. Pick 8. There's another fight on. I don't really want the Monk's Fist, so I'll just pick up the first Bard's Bow there. Pick 9. Another Malboro. I'm actually going to go with the Commune with Beavers, just to help make sure we're hitting our lands and stuff. And that's a late Grand Pulse Ochu. That's our third Death Toucher. Never say never. We could try it to Vane Solidor, poison someone. How about another Grand Pulse Ochu? Okay, so now our early plays are great. Very defensive. Alright, cards that I'm kind of iffy about would be like Lopereed Scout, Vincent's Limit Break, Gladiolus. Now, hopefully we see some Gobu Gardeners. Please? There's a Midgar. Coliseum Behemoth is also quite big. There's also Balam T-Rexar. There's an on-color land, which could be kind of important. Probably just want our first Sephiroth's Intervention. Hectize would also be kind of neat to see. But yeah, I think just having a 4-mana kill spell here would be good. I could see Midgar potentially wheeling around, which I would play, since we don't really care about sacrificing stuff, since we have Recursion, and just draw 2 cards off of it. I don't know about Bahamut. Unless we see a lot of Goobos come around, I don't know if we're going to be able to Bahamut. We're more likely to be able to Behemoth than we will Bahamut, which is fun to say. And pick 2. There's a Gallows Final Act, a Kuchip Fourier, and just another Sephiroth's Intervention. I think that's fine. I mean, picking up just 2 kill spells is perfectly acceptable, especially when our deck really needed it. I'm going to remove Gladiolus for now. That's not really our plan. Can we see a Cloud of Darkness, maybe? We don't, but there is an Undercity Dire Rat. It's a 2-mana 2/2, but most importantly, it gives us a rat tail when it dies, which is a treasure token. That also makes it a very good sacrifice outlet for both Ahriman, Vane's Treachery, if Midgard wheels around. Or we just block with it, let it die, who cares? Excuse me. Yeah, we'll just take we'll take a rat. Going to pick 4. There is a Dark Knight's Greatsword. I think this actually could be cool. You get a 3-mana 4/1, and then you can re-equip something by paying 3 life. Yeah, 3 life's a lot. I'm just gonna take the Heck Dies. It's another 1/1 for 2 mana that hits a card out of the opponent and gives us another decent sack outlet. Gigantode. Not really what we want either. And I just really want to make sure we're getting cheap plays. Still no Goobos, though. Which is what we really, really wanted for that ramp. Could get another Malboro. There is a Gungaga. Do I really want to splash Gladiolus? Don't think so. Maybe just grab another Malboro to potentially Swamp Cycle, I guess. Yeah, we'll take that just because if Bahamut doesn't work out, we still need some top end. I'll pick 6, another Malboro, and another Sephiroth's Intervention. This is getting really expensive. I mean, more Sephiroth's Interventions would make the game go late. Is it late enough to be able to Bahamut? Ugh. I don't know if I can do it. How many times can Sephiroth intervene before people get tired of it?
Sweet.
Anima? I like Anima. A 4/4 menace for 6, and she draws you 3 cards. You lose 3 life, but then your opponent also has to sack something and lose 3 life. I'd rather Anima than more Malboro. Foxy Face and Yemen, thanks for the Twitch Primes, by the way. I really appreciate it. Another Heck Dies. Excuse me. Yep. Let's take another Heck Dies. Anything else in here? Ugh, if I'm being honest with myself, Bahamut. We did not get the ramp for Bahamut. As much as that pains me to say. Oh, gone? Town of Ruin Wield? Oh, that's pretty huge. Even just picking up 1 dual land is going to fix our mana so well. And really help us out. Especially since there's just dead nuts nothing in here. So our ramp cards are basically Fenrir. And that's it. Another Commune with Beavers. So let's cut the Loporite Scout, because that's not going to do anything for the deck. I guess side quest does get us a treasure. To hunt the mark. I'm gonna cut the Vincent's Limit Break because it's dumb. By the way, this was probably the most misplayed card at the pre-release because people didn't understand it. I saw it multiple times. It happened with one of my opponents. They thought their creature would die, and then it would just permanently be a 7/2 or whatever. Okay. No Goobos makes me sad. Don't need the Black Mage's Rod. I know the correct choice is to cut Bahamut. But for content, what if I keep it? I guess Vanille can also get a land, because she can also get it's any permanent out of a graveyard. What else do I need to make 2 more cuts then? I guess we'll do 1 Malboro and then... I guess commune with beavers. Or maybe one of the Ochus. Alright, we'll cut the commune with beavers. This is not the correct choice. Bahamut should be cut because we don't really have that much ramp for him. But imagine when we do cast him, am I right? Okay, we're gonna go with the Bahamut play. Chat, you can make your predictions on if this deck will get 4 more wins right now. The prediction is going. Come on, Bahamut. If we can't Bahamut, we can Vayne Salador poison counters. Well, Bahamut's in hand. Alright. This is not a stellar opening hand, I will say. But if they play something with 1 toughness... Ha! Steiner. Get him, Hecdies. Take a card right out of your hand. Hope you needed that land. Hope you have no equipment. Because otherwise Steiner gets better and I can't have that. Thief's Knife. Oh, that's a good equipment. Well, damn. Okay. Ooh, Vayne's Treachery is very good, though. See what the opponent plays out here first. World map. Oh, you did need that land, didn't you? Nerd. Black. I am going to block because I don't want them to draw a card. And then I'll make sure Steiner dies. Damn it. Now they're going to draw a card. Into an Ilmeg Pixie. Pretty good. Can I summon a Fat Chocobo? Perfect. Use Clash of the Icons to punch something. They attack for 2 and surveil 1. So I guess black is their splash color? Splashing for what, though? There's a Galacat. Land and nothing else. Drew Sephiroth's Intervention. Fat Chocobo Punch Galacat. And they have a stop with 3 mana up. That's concerning. Probably going to leave up Sephiroth's Intervention here. I'll take the 2 instead of just nuking this Pixie, because they may not play something bigger. Grahatia? Grahatia I will blast. That's 7 mana. Yeah, I think I just need to start applying pressure to their life total. They're going to draw cards, which sucks, but I can use Fight On to return Heck Dies and Fat Chocobo. Oh, re-equipped first is a choice. Guess they wanted to surveil and then just keep back a 1/1 blocker. Kept it on top, so they like their draw. No, I didn't want to remove a lore counter on Fat Chocobo. I'd much rather hit their flyer. That's 8 mana. So if we drew one more land, we can summon Bahamut. Otherwise, we got some Tramply Chocobos coming through. So they kept something on top, but it was not a land. So it might have been something super helpful. A white Aura Sight. Okay. Exile Chocobo. Glad that goes down now instead of Bahamut. We have like a 35% chance of drawing a land here, baby. Oh, can Class of Icons do 1 or more? Remove a lore, put a lore. You can't do all of them. Oh, choose 1 or more. I could have... Oh, okay. I couldn't remove all the things, but I can do all the... I thought you only choose 1. My mistake. Well, that's why we play that card. Attack my Chocobos. Summon Bahamut! We did the thing. Destroy the white Aura Sight, because then I get Fat Chocobo back. Second white Aura Sight! Alright. That's fair. This is quite the attack. They're really hoping to hit something off the top here. Which if they do, it does put me in trouble. I'm at 4. Then I can hit both the cards out of their hand. It was a stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. They go to 1. And I'm just dead here. The Paladin's Arm kills me. Damn, 2 white Aura Sights for Bahamut's a bummer. Well, I guess the biggest misplay was not realizing I could clash the icons and do all the things. That's my first time casting the card. And that probably cost me the match. Okay, then. Yep. Pretty big mistake. Would have been nicer to have some better early plays, too. But that's okay. We at least got to summon Bahamut once. So, it wasn't the worst thing in the world to put him in the deck. And he was in our opening hand. Good old Jared. Naturally drawing 9 lands. I go first. I'll keep this. We have a Vein Solidor. If we draw any land, we can then summon Fenrir to get our black mana. And then Vein's just gonna be such a good defensive card. I keep thinking this card's a Larsa card, by the way. Like, Larsa looks more prominent in there than Vein does. Sage's Nulets. What is it? Like when they attack, you untap a creature? I'm gonna attack in for 1. Get you some poison counters! Haha. And then we'll summon Fenrir. Get another swamp. There's a card in the Final Fantasy TCG set with the exact art, and it is a Larsa card. Alright, good. I'm glad things make sense. Now, awkwardly, I don't have another creature for Fenrir. Two more poison counters? They'll take the treasure. But I also get a treasure. Does put me to 6 mana on the board, 7th one in my hand. White Aura Sight, exile the Fenrir. He's gonna go away in a turn. Alright. I'll draw a card off of Fenrir. Into a Vanille. I have 7 mana. We'll use Vanille, mill 2. Get back Fenrir. Resummon Fenrir. I'd rather have an actual land than a treasure. And now with Fenrir, I can summon Fat Chocobo. And Fat Chocobo will be a 5/5. Ultimecia! Yeah. They had to use their treasure in order to cast her. So she's not going to time compress anytime soon. So we will summon Fat Chocobo. And summon Grand Pulse Ochu. Ash, Prince of Dalmasca, and a Scorpion Sentinel. Yeah, it's kind of more dudes. So draw another card off of Fenrir. Can I get one more land because I can double Sephiroth's Intervention? Oh, yeah. The rare double Sephiroth. How badly do I want to keep the Ochu around? Money! I'll just let it go. They go down to 11. I'll leave. Ooh, I get a treasure. Hunt the Mark. I now have 9 mana. Edgar, King of Figaro. Draw 4 cards. I could Sephiroth's Intervention the Sentinel, so they only draw 3 cards. But killing a 4/5 seems a bit better. Yeah, draw your cards. Into an Ahriman. I'm the only streamer YouTube channel you consistently watch. Thank you, Dunago. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. So I can activate Grand Pulse Ochu. Hit them for 10? See, I hit them for 6, they go down to 5. I can play the Ahriman and start sacrificing. Guess bringing them to 1 is fine.
Sweet.
I can fight on to retrieve Fenrir and Vanille. And Vanille gets me even more cards in my graveyard, which is fun. Momo, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Oh, Malboro. We'll do combat first, because they might have to spend 6 mana on Lunatic Pandora. Which there's no way that's ideal for them. Fantastic. Oh wait, this makes you lose life. What am I doing? That was BM. No, because I got them to spend their mana first, because now I can use this. Yeah, it's fine. Malboro kill! Bad breath. Another level up. We're almost out of gold. Hey, Dewey. Oh, they also had the gold saucer down, didn't they? They're trying to gold saucer Edgar. That's adorable. Alright, 1 and 1. No Bahamut that time, but we did have the mana for it. Speaking of Bahamut, there he is. I am on the play, so I'm going to keep this because we have the Ahriman. Would love to 2-drop, though. There's a Vayne. So we actually play Ahriman first, and then we can play Vayne, and then Ahriman can start flying in for poison counters. Plains, have a stop. Do you have a battle menu? Yeah, battle menu. Make a 2/2 knight. It's one of the Knights of the Round Knights. Take 2. We'll attack the Ahriman first. For mana efficiency, I'm going to play the Bard's Bow. Rather than going Vayne and trying to get cute with poison counters. This 3/3 Bard is going to shut down this Knight. Are they mono white? Yep, good old white Aura Sight. Well, now they have no attacks. Ooh, even better. Attack for 3. Play a 1/3 Deathtouch Vayne and a Heck Dice to make you discard a card. Do you have another color? Show me it. They do. They are blue-white. And they are completely missing on blue. Fade of the Sun Chris to kill the token. Sure. They still have 3 mana left with the white Aura Sight. No really reason to attack. I don't want them to do another Fate of the Sun Chris to get a cheap interaction on Vayne. Ooh. I'll Fenrir. Fenrir sets us up for Anima next turn. So even if they blast Fenrir, got the land out of it, which is what I needed. Oh, it was a slash of light. Yep, that only did 1 damage. You only have 1 creature. You need more equipment if you want that to be better. Lunatic Pandora. A lot of people are playing this card. I can't recommend it. Like, this is desperation interaction. They kept on top. Now I'll attack with Bane. And then I can summon some Anima as a 5/5 menace and draw a card off of her. Yeah, they may have gotten confused in thinking the Aura Sight would count as dealing 2. Even though it had a big number 1 there. Ooh, the Lunar Whale! I like this card. It doesn't help them much right now since they are on defense. You have to draw 2 extra cards this turn, thanks to Fenrir and Anima. Wow, I am overburdened with riches. Go to combat. I guess I'll just send in the Heck Dies, because I don't really care if that lives or dies. They just take it all? I'm going to play the Heck Dies and hit their hand. Because there must have been... We know they're not lands. They've been holding on to some important blue cards. There's a Valkyrie aerial unit. I'm just going to pass. I fear an Ultima. Like, I'm so far ahead. Ultima would be a backbreaking. I mean, I would get Ahriman back. But I've got Sephiroth's Intervention just in case they do something nutty. Now that they have their blue mana. They're going to main phase Surveil. Put away the poo-poo UFO. Combat Tutorial. They didn't even give this a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, alright. Doesn't look like their deck was quite trying to do the thing. Whatever thing it is they wanted it to do. I mean, they were just missing on a lot of blue mana, very clearly. Alright, 2 and 1. Another fast opponent. Opponent goes first. We'll keep this because our mana is actually pretty good in it. I probably should have played the Gonton of Ruin first. That might have been a mistake. Giot! Uh-oh. Yeah, that's trouble. Into a Monk's Fist. So you get to keep rummaging. Attacking for 2. Okay, we'll go X-Death, which very importantly gains us 3 life. Which helps stave off a lot of this early aggression. Item Shopkeep. There's attacking in for 2. I will take 2. I can get Vanille down, but actually might be better just to go Ahriman and a Grand Pulse O2. Just flood the board a little bit if they're going to try to keep swinging in, doing menace stuff. Side quest, play Blitzball? I mean, yeah. Block like that? Now they get no more rummaging, no more double strike. Then we'll use the kneel to probably get back X Death. Or I can get the land to make sure I can play these cards. I probably need the land. Yeah, we'll need the land. Barrett. Seem to be representing Thunder Magic. Okay. I got my Ochus to defend with, and I'm going to use the Malboro to get the last card out of their hand. Which was another Barrett, so not super great, but we hit a Machinist Arsenal, a Joshua, and a Weapons Vendor. Woo! Hit some strong stuff off their top. Damn. I'll take 4. Let's see. Why not attack with the Ochos? Because I would only get in for like 1 point of damage. Like, that's not going to really threaten the opponent when they can attack back with a 4/4, 2/2s, make a menace, equip the Monk's Fist. Like, they can deal way more damage back to me than me attacking in for 2 right now. It's either summon Fat Chocobo to get 2 creatures down, or summon Anima to draw some cards. I think I'm going to go Anima. Yeah, perfect. So I'd rather start finding ways of turning this around. I'm pretty good defensively at the moment. They get a Steiner. Steiner's not bad, especially if they give that the Blitzball. Or the Blitzball side quest. I don't like this card. That's a card that does stone cold nothing on defense. Now I will block. Because Anima's going to be drawing me cards and I don't want to lose too much life. Another land. Another land. Puts me at 8 mana. Do I just get rid of the item shop keep so they don't have menace anymore? That can't be right. I think we wait to see if they try to Blitzball Steiner and then nuke him in response. So now they have no good attacks. There we go. Side quest, hunt the mark. Kill Barrett. Keep back one of the Ochus just in case. Really? They just let me Deathtouch that? That's surprising. I guess it was going to be dead to Anima anyway, right? I'm just going to start hitting for 7 with my Ochu. Alright, good. More early aggression that I feel like we navigated pretty well. That's 3-1. This next game could be for the Gamba. Terra versus Asterion? Ooh, I like this. Gaunt out of Ruin, Vanille, Anima, and Fat Chocobo. Let me get the tap land down first. So I can play the Ochu whenever, and it's just going to be good. In fact, it might be better to wait on the Hectize to hit their hand when they have less cards in it. Geisel Greens. Yeah, I actually might just cycle the Malboro to get another Swamp. Because I'll put me up to 4 mana so I can cast Vanille. I'll take 2 here, that's fine. And then next turn I can play Swamp, play Ochu, and Hectize. Ishgard. I think a good Chocobo deck is draftable, but it's going to need a lot of pieces, so it won't be super easy, but definitely possible. Yep, play the Ochu, play the Hectize. And I can use Vanille to get the Malboro back. Slash of Light. Okay. Into a White Mage's Staff. That makes Steiner into a 3-2. Yeah, I'm going to take 6 here. Yep, play Vanille. Mill 2, land. Or 5 that I don't really need. I'll grab back the Malboro. Because next turn I'm going to play the land and go Fat Chocobo. Give me 2 extra blockers. Opponent's down to 1 card in their hand, so hopefully that's going to slow them down enough that maybe I can start doing some stuff here. Aerith Rescue Mission. Got attacking for 8? Alright, very aggressive. Oh, Bahamut's in hand. Well, thankfully I can Fat Chocobo and get multiple blockers. Yeah, they have no good attacks now. Whatever they attack with will die. Anima looks really bad in our hand, though, because we are down to 3 life. Opponent's tanking. Trying to figure out if it's worth attacking. Sephiroth's Intervention's pretty good. So we'll actually have to Swamp Cycle again here because I really need to make sure I have any of my land drops. I can't really attack. But I can kill a Steiner before they have any kind of protection spell. And gaining just a couple extra points of life is pretty huge. They played 1 Aerith Rescue Mission, There could be another. So I'll keep back every potential blocker. You can have 2 Ishgard out. It's not legendary. I guess it's a big town. Oh, Clash of the Icons. Well, now that I know I can do all the things, fight and remove. Pounce! Okay, we're starting to really stabilize and control the board. Wonder if I should have gotten more aggressive there. And one last town. All right. Opponent is tapped out. Oh, and we just drew X Death. Summon Anima. Keep trying to get our land drops for Bahamut, potentially. We're at 7. If the rat dies. Summon Primal Garuda. Ooh. Yeah, the rat died! Yeah! Yeah! That's what we wanted! Oh my god. Land? Bahamut! I'm still gonna protect the crap out of my life total, but we summoned Bahamut, thanks to the opponent killing our rat. Yeah! Excuse me. We're back to gold, baby! I mean, I get their thought process. Anima was going to go away in 2 turns. But I think killing Anima there was actually a better choice. Because it is a 4/4 menace. And at the 4th turn, they would have had to sacrifice one of their own creatures anyway. So I'm not really sure why they wanted to hit the rat. Oh my god, I got to use the rat till for Bahamut. Oh, flavor win. Oh, it's so good. Oh, so 4th win. One's in the chat. Get your payout. Oh yeah, I guess Anima was not tapped, was it? Opponent goes first. If I was on the play, I would keep this, but I am not, so I'm gonna mulligan. Much better. Put away the fight on, because we can just shuffle that back with Fenrir. Fenrir can let us ramp into a fat chocobo. This looks like a vagina. Alright, I'll say it. I'm not going to block, so I'm just send it in. Alright, great. Excuse me. Galacat. Sure. We got an X death, but I still want to ramp. Got a Bard's Bow for that Galacat. Scorpion Sentinel. Now it's a 3/3. Summon Fat Chocobo? Can't attack with the Fenrir. But it is set to draw me a card. They have a 2-mana stop here. Battle menu to kill the fat chocobo. Well, that's mean. Right now, next turn, Bard's Bow into Heck dies. Looks pretty good if they play anything else out. Siege's Noliths just to get in for 4? The Strawl? Oh no! I guess they did that to deny me drawing a card. Alright, roll Heck dies. Discard your last card. So now the Strawl is worse. It was white Aura Sight, and then we'll play the Bard's Bow to give me a blocker. And I'll absolutely block the Strawl with it. This is Smuggler's Copter, by the way. They play Thief's Knife. Well, right now the Straw doesn't do a whole lot for them. Get rid of their vigilance. A Swamp Cycle to Malboro. Get another land. Doing it this way allows me to have 6 mana to start re-equipping the Bard's Bow if I really need it. And I can get XF down to gain some life. I'm going to start calling this Ranger's Bow. If I ever get to a point where they just leave a card in their hand, I can Heck dies it. Turns out Balthier's airship's pretty good. Yeah. Going all in on that so they can draw a card on top of doing this whole thing. Which is kind of a good sign because it means they're really struggling to find something. And they just have to spend a lot of mana if they want to equip the Straw like that, though, because the Thief's Knife just pops right off. I think we can send in X-Def. Hit one of the cards out of their hand. Even if it's a land, it's harder for them to start looting off the Straw. Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. They did not. They kept whatever that is in their hand. Okay. I'll make my Chocobo a ranger. Still got a lot of gas left in the deck. Like 4 kill spells? 5 kill spells. I have main treachery. Chocobo. So they can crew it up and give it the knife. Sage's Newlets? I mean, sure. I guess Ash can draw them a card. They find the Prima Vista? I'll block with both Heck Dice. Because then X-Def can transform. Now I've got Neo X-Def. Thanks, Astral Blue Flame. I mean, it helps when you've actually played all the Final Fantasy games. Ooh, Sephiroth's Intervention is perfect. Don't think I attack yet. I want to see if they want to do like a Prima Vista. Try to crew up the Prima Vista. I've been watching Paul Cheon, and Paul Cheon has been pronouncing Sephiroth as Sephiroth. Like with a hard P. Drives me nuts. Combat tutorial to give that a +1/+1 counter. Guess they just want one more land? I mean, I still got ways of trading it out with the Ochu and Neo X-Death. My favorite Final Fantasy character, Tifa. Ugh. That sounds like a disease. Missed all that because I'm an ad. I was saying how Paul Cheon pronounces Sephiroth as Sephiroth with a hard P. It's 4 to equip. Like, they can't equip the Thief's Knife. Gonna put on that guy? Yep, they'll crew up. And then not attack. So, good crew. Thanks. Gaining 2 extra life is pretty huge there. Ooh, Clash of the Icons lets me do a fight. Oh, if I had one more mana, I could actually pump the Grand Pulse Ochu and then kill something. Could move the bow to X-Death. It'd be a 9/6, which is a lot of damage. They have 3 cards left in their hand, though. I gotta stay embarrassingly defensive right now. I can't move the bow after that because that would just kill my Ochu. Poo-poo UFO! Do not give that a knife. And a cargo ship? Okay, so they found all their... Anima? I mean... I've got 8 life. And I need some cards. You always said Sabin? I always said Sabin. Arimon's actually a pretty good draw. Flying Deathtoucher seems pretty imperative here. I still have 2 more Sephiroth's Intervention. I still have Hunt the Mark. Oh, Jill! Ooh! I mean, they can get in for 2? And then they can get in for 3 if they throw the knife on it. That unequips it off the cargo ship, though. Me taking damage is really bad when I've got Anima on the field. And right now they can transform Jill. Shinra's Reinforcements. I gain 3 life. 8 mana. Just dead here, right? Transform Jill alone kills me. Can I get anything off Vanille? It's any permanent? 1 mana short, though. So even if I find side quest Hunt the Mark, it won't be enough. Man, even Vayne's Betrayal would have been huge. Maybe the opponent doesn't see it. Maybe they don't know about transforming Jill. Oh, it was off the top. Oh, I knew it. All I had to do was play Vanille. No, it'd still be a mana short, but still. Oh, no, just 3 interaction spells all in a row. All just got milled. That feels pretty bad. Damn. All right, you got it. I'll. That's fine. That sucks. Hunt the Mark there would have been huge. Because I needed to kill Jill. Ah, well. 4-2. That was a tough matchup. With not a lot of great draws. That would have been an interesting match to rewatch. YouTube comments, let me know if you saw any other possible lines I could have done. But that was pretty tough, especially with moving the bow around. Okay. Anima, Vayne. Ugh. If we had a single forest, I would like this hand, but we don't, so we got a mulligan. Okay. Heck dies, Ahriman, X-Death. Still only 2 mana. We'll keep this and put away the side quest, sadly. I'm twinning with my cough. I'm sorry to hear it. Red Mage's Rapier? Okay, we'll just play out the Heck Dies. Gives us a blocker for the Red Mage. Oh, you're trying to play A tier and pre-win? It only takes 11 mana to play and equip it. That's it. I did you a favor. I want to play the Argument. Just in case I want to sacrifice the Heck Dies and draw a card. Mono red? Choco Comet. Goddamn red chocobos. And I'll easily block right there. No need to Sephiroth Intervention a chocobo. I'll play X-Death, gain some life. They play a Barret. They actually may be mono red. We'll use Sephiroth to kill Barret, which has happened now. That's canonical. Suplex X-Death. Aw, Sabin, you son of a bitch. Into a Raban? I'm gonna play the Bard's Bow, because that still blocks all that. Yeah, the Whispers did say no. So even if they re-equip the Red Mage, that doesn't really do a whole lot. Ooh, Warrior Sword, though. And if they attack and put it on Raban, I would absolutely just block. It still only makes him to a 4-3. No, it's a 5-4. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Right, it's +3, +2. Yeah, I'm dumb. Well. Unfortunately, we probably have to use Sephiroth to kill Raban as well. I have to pay the 5 life, but Sephiroth's Intervention at least refunds 2 of that. And then I'll happily trade out here, even if they have a combat trick. Oh, it's just a Coral Sword? I don't think Coral Sword's very good, but okay. Oops. We'll cycle away the Malboro. Get another Swamp. Play a Dire Rat. Do I want to punch a token? I might have to, because otherwise they equip the Warrior Sword and I can't really block it. Yeah. At least make it so if they want to do all the re-equipping, it's going to be expensive. Treasure gets me up to 6 mana, so if I even draw one of my expensive creatures, I can still play it at the very least. Give me something, deck. No. Okay. Not like this. Opponent, can you give me a... Oh, Cypher? Jesus. Oh, it gives him double strike to anyone. Alright, yeah, that kills me. Bummer. Mulligan to another aggressive start. Yeah. They were aggressive, and I didn't have any 2-mana creature. That kind of killed me there. Oh, that was our last loss! Oh, you hate to see it. Well, let's look back at the deck. Excuse me. Bahamut was forced. Let's be real with ourselves. Bahamut was forced, and we don't have the ramp for it. Sure, we got to cast him a couple times and it felt nice, but without having like at least 2, even just 1 Gubu, Bahamut was probably not the best thing to put in here. Even just having like another Malboro or Commune with Beavers would have been better. The Black Mage, just for having an extra 2-drop, would also have been fine. The least exciting, but also been fine. But we forced the Bahamut because entertainment value. Hopefully that entertained you at least a little bit. Other things would have gone to look back on. Black did seem pretty open. Like, we got a Vein's Treachery, 3 Sephiroth Intervention, and a side quest, Hunt the Mark. I was pretty happy with that. I think we were in the right place with green, too. Lots of Ochus were at the end. We got Fenrir. I think the draft itself went pretty well. Ideally, would have had more Gubus for Bahamut. And then if I wanted to really try hard, take Bahamut out and just put in literally anything else. And the deck would have performed better. But there you go. That was another green-black draft. Hopefully you enjoyed that one, YouTube. Let me know what you thought. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.